Two Brothers 2 is the continuing story of Sam and Luke and their two younger brothers, Tommy and Joseph. 5,000 days in the making. Watch Sam, Luke, Tommy, and Joseph negotiate the journey of adolescence and the road to young adulthood. While they don't have it all, they do have each other. And this is their story.
What do you most want to be when you grow up?
Probably, well, a baseball player. An inventor. I try and want to be an orthodontist like my dad. I'd like to invent some remote control rollerblades.
What's the one thing you'd like to know about your future?
I'm not going to be a bum on the street. I skateboard. I make my website.
Luke, tell me a joke.
Waitress asked a teddy bear if he wanted some dessert, and he said, "No, I'm stuffed."
If you could wake up tomorrow in someone else's body, whose would it be?
First of all, I don't really want to wake up in someone else's body. I don't like going to New York because they have a funny accent.
Out of 100 people your age, the 100th being the happiest, where would you fit in?
Maybe 85. 101.
Who do you admire most?
My mom and dad, Jim Carrey.
Why?
Well, because they made my food. Because he's funny. Well, my favorite thing's electricity, but I always have a fear of getting shocked. Like, I won't go down slides at McDonald's because they have a bunch of static in there and bolts on the bottom, so.
What makes you angry?
When my brother calls me names, my little brothers.
So what do you think about your older brother, Sam?
I don't like him. I have 3 younger brothers.
Why don't you like him?
I mean, one's 2, one's 5, and one's 8.
What does he do to you?
Tease me.
Which brother?
Sam.
Sam, you're the oldest. Did you beat him up a lot?
Not very much, but,
Do you love your brother?
sort of.
Do you have trouble with him sometimes?
Yes.
Do you think your brothers look up to you?
Not really.
You never want to be like your brother.
No.
You know the question I always have to start out with, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. I'm starting to change my mind.
Really?
Yes. I'm thinking more along the lines of an orthodontist.
Sports announcer.
Because an inventor might be kind of hit or miss.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Yes.
Too stressful.
What's the most difficult thing about your relationship with Sam?
He solves things by hurting me.
Ideally, how would you like to relate to Sam?
Better.
How could you do that?
Tried everything.
Next question I'm going to ask you is, what do you really care about now? What's the most important thing to you in the world? Do you like who he is?
Sort of.
Probably my family. It's important.
If you could say something to Sam directly, what would you say to him?
I think we have a pretty close family.
I just want to see how our relationship would have changed in 10 years.
When people are talking to me like you are right now, I don't know why. Probably because,
Well, why? Why you start crying? Is that it?
I don't know, it's weird. It's not, I'm not sad about anything. I really am not. Turn the camera off.
So you don't think there's any hope for this relationship?
You've got a long, long
So Sam, what are your chances going into the election? Explain the process.
Not great. They had the primaries and I was still down. We were driving home from school that day. And we drive by the Old Country Buffet, and we see this guy in a bee costume just dancing in front of the Old Country Buffet. And I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna go in there and see if I can borrow that for you to dance in front of the school for my election. Looks like, Sam, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard.
And then his presidential campaign, we hit it off.